Hello everybody, I'm FPL Useless, being totally useless at FPL so you don't have to, and also bringing you my unique take on fantasy football. You know, I was thinking the other day that if I sorted my captaincy picked out, I could call myself FPL adequate. Something to aim for, I suppose. So let's have a look at game week 6. What happened? It went pretty badly for me. Red arrow again. 65 points. It's my fault. As I say, stupid captaincy pick. Went for Alvarez, and well, the thing is, if I had have gone for Haaland, I would have had a overall 5 more points, assuming I still made the move for Alvarez, right? So that means 5 more points would have been 70 points overall, and that's kind of about average, not so bad. It's probably a smaller red arrow than it would have been. But once I brought Alvarez in, I thought there was a bit of an opportunity there to maybe maybe get some extra points. No, it didn't work. I was wondering whether, for example, when City played in the Charity Shield. Yes, I'm calling it the Charity Shield because I'm old. And Arsenal basically marked Haaland out of the game, and I know that Arsenal are a much better defence than Forest, but we think they are, and but I was wondering if that might happen again with some big strong defenders, and he sort of sucks the defenders around him, and sometimes he doesn't do a lot in the game. And if he gets a bit frustrated, maybe, sometimes he doesn't score occasionally. We know he's a robot, but I was wondering if maybe that might mean there was an opportunity there for someone like Alvarez to go and score a load of goals. We know he's been playing brilliantly. And unfortunately, when Rodri got sent off, that just ruined it. Pep took Alvarez off, and there's a 1-pointer there, doubled for 2 points for me. Not very good overall. Everybody else probably captained Haaland, so got an additional 5 points more than me. The rest of the team, so Edison, fantastic, clean sheet, brilliant. Even got a save point actually, which was wiped out by his yellow card. Typical. Trippier, amazing. I mean, Trippier basically saved my whole game week because without him, it would have been a massive red arrow. He got 18 points for me. 3 assists. I love Trippier. He's brilliant. I was always going to bring him in at this point. I was even tempted to start with him and hold him through the bad weeks, which I'm glad I didn't do. But the plan was always to bring him in. And so I had enough money to do that. It was just who I was going to bring him in for. I ended up bringing him in for Akanji so that I could facilitate the Alvarez move, and that was a bit of a mistake because Akanji, I kind of thought City might get a clean sheet. So he got 5 points because he got a yellow card, Akanji. So again, if I hadn't made the moves, if I'd done something slightly differently, I could have ended up with loads of points this week, but not to be. So Akanji, So Trips got me those points. Estupinian assist, they conceded, but 6 points. Chilwell, again, so annoying, coming off of the bench and getting a yellow card. So he gets 1 point for his appearance points and then gets a yellow card. I mean, he apparently looked quite good when he came on. Gusto sending off may mean that Chilwell plays the next week, but he didn't start the last 2 games, and I think that he is their best defender, one of their best players. It's ridiculous. So what to do with Chilwell is a bit of a conundrum this week, and so we'll have a look at that. Sterling, 2 points. He seems to have been a bit of a mistake bringing him in. But he does have Fulham next, so will I be tempted to keep him? Maybe. Saka got 13 points, assist, and it's not an assist. It's an FPL assist. which means he smashed it against someone who scored an own goal. Um, and and Rashford only got his clean sheet point, so didn't do anything wrong attacker there because Fernandes scored a brilliant goal. Bowen, happy I kept hold of him. Was had like an illness or something, so 75% on the app looked like he might not start, but I didn't do anything with him. I was thinking if he was at all fit, they would do their best to play him because he's one of their best players, and got a goal. Brilliant. Visser, blank. Alvarez we know about, and Haaland with his boring 6 points. Yeah. Pau Torres on the bench with, I think he got, did he get 2 bonus? What did he do? He got a clean sheet, and he must have got bonus as well because he got 8 points. So it was really annoying that Chilwell blocked him coming on, but there you go. Yeah, I forgot to mention also that the player transferred out for Alvarez was Watkins. Watkins scored 9 points, goal, 3 bonus, I think. So yeah, great. So once again, my transfers were not the best. So let's have a look at what I'm going to be doing this week, or how the team's shaping up. Edison in goal, no reason to change him. Plays Wolves, Wolves away. So yes, we'll play him over Turner. Trippier plays Burnley. Trippier, I mean, so far the player that's been brought in the most each week seems to get seems to blank afterwards. You know, they're going right the way. Alvarez was the latest one, but Trippier could be the most brought in player, and if he is, I hope that curse ends because I've got him. So, I mean, he's already highly owned, but I don't think he's as highly owned further up the rank. But I'm fighting down the bottom of the ranks at the moment. So yeah, if he plays Burnley, I think he could do well. You know, he's on all the set pieces. He's just a great player, and if they keep a clean sheet, he could get bonus points. He's likely to. That's what seems to be good at getting. So Estepinian plays Aston Villa and Chilwell plays Fulham. So the Estepinian one, Aston Villa, perhaps not the best fixture. I also have Pau Torres, who is an option, but he plays Brighton. He's on the bench at the moment. Branthwaite, he seems to be playing for Everton at the moment, so I could play him. They are playing Luton. That's a bit more of a risky one. Especially, I mean, Everton's defence not great, so it's a bit of a risk. Could go there. Don't really trust Everton defence, so yeah, not sure how I feel about that one. Chilwell is annoying because he just keeps not starting for some reason. It's like the manager doesn't trust him at the back and wants to give Mudryk a go. Mudryk, I mean, actually, to be fair to Mudryk played a great ball through to Jackson, who probably should have scored. Good save by the goalkeeper. But yeah, if so, it really need to have a look at this and think whether or not Chilwell's likely to play the next game. A few weeks ago, Chilwell was looking like everyone was saying he was essential, you know, and playing kind of left wing really, and that's what you want. But if he's not playing, there's no point in having him. Might as well change him for someone else. I could play one of those players on my bench instead, or I think hopefully, assuming the Gusto red card isn't overturned, because it looks soft to me, but I don't know. Well, if it's not overturned, then Chilwell may start. People have been saying on Twitter that maybe Colwell could move to right back and Chilwell play left back. There are limited defensive options, I would have thought, for the fullback positions at the moment. So that means, yeah, Well, or maybe he just doesn't start at all. But we'll hopefully. I mean, if he's starting against Fulham, I want to play him because even if he's playing left back, he's an attacking fullback, and he's, you know, Fulham not the best team in the league. There could be a clean sheet there. There could be attacking returns for Chilwell as well. So Sterling, that's a good fixture against Fulham, and he's been disappointing since I brought him in. He did well against Luton, and that was just before I brought him in, I think it was. And was it against Luton? He scored a yeah, maybe it was. He scored a brace. I can't think now. Saka against Bournemouth, great fixture. He's going nowhere. Rashford, Crystal Palace at home. That's an okay fixture. Man United don't look great, and I was thinking before that things seemed to go through him, and he looked like the biggest threat. But Fernandes scored most recently. Rashford, I could move out. I could move Sterling out. Bowen against Sheffield United. Sheffield United struggling. Just let in 8 against Newcastle. Now, yeah. So I want to keep Bowen. Don't tempt me to captain him. And then also Visser against Nottingham Forest away. Maybe that's not the best fixture. Last season Forest tended to be better at home. So Alvarez against Wolves, who I've just brought in. Assuming he starts, great fixture for him and Haaland. And Haaland will probably be my captain unless I'm feeling suicidal again. But let's not go there. Let's just see. Yeah, so we'll have a look at some possible transfers that I could make. So game week 7 is a double game week with Luton playing Everton and Burnley, and Burnley playing Newcastle and Luton. So there is potential there to get in a double game week player. I have always been looking at a game week 8 wildcard, and there are some things that I'd like to do there. Move some different players around. I mean, this team hasn't done particularly well. I'm not doing great at the moment, so I think wildcard. There's a small chance I could wildcard this week, but I don't really see the benefit of doing that, bringing those ones forward. I think it's going to be next week, game week 8, and that means that because I have one free transfer, I'm likely to look for something, a bit of a punt this week, and unless I need to sort out Chilwell and even then I just I could play my Everton defender Branthwaite. So so I'm looking at maybe an attacker somewhere. So it would be one of the player I'd have to probably move out would be either Sterling, Rashford, or Visser. Not of those, unless I've got enough money to move the other one out, and just leave one on the bench in my bench midfielder. So depending who I bring in, so it'll be one of those players out. I've got 1.6 million in the bank, and I'm thinking maybe Newcastle attacker, possibly Anthony Gordon, look quite good. Yeah, not sure. Maybe like Anthony Gordon, maybe a Wilson or a Isaac, maybe Almiron. Not not sure. I mean, Wilson tempts me if he starts and if he plays. So yeah, one of those. James Ward-Prowse looks interesting. They are playing. So West Ham are playing Sheffield United, who looked awful, and they looked like they would. They conceded a lot of goals from Trippier's. They conceded 3 goals from Trippier. So, and 2 of them were set pieces. So, one was a corner, one was a free kick. Great free kicks and corners from Trippier. Ward-Prowse is one of the best in the game at free kicks and and corners too. So he looks exciting to bring in for a 1 week punt. That would might be good. And if I brought him in, you guessed it, I'd be tempted to captain him, which would be insane, but could go there. And then someone like Morris, who I think is probably the go-to one for this week if you want a punt that most people would probably be looking at. He's on penalties. I think he's scored 2 or 3 goals already, but they've all been penalties. These goals, I believe. So if he gets a penalty, and he has an extra game as well, but I mean, he looks okay. He looks like he might cause some problems, and those two teams that they're playing have two of the worst defenses in the league. So I mean, Pickford, Pickford owners can attest to that. But I don't know. Yeah, normally I go the double game week player. That's what I'm thinking. But let me know what you think, because I'm not 100% sure. I'm tempted to go down the punty sort of route, and let me know if you can think of anyone else who might be good. James Ward-Prowse is tempting me, and a Newcastle attacker is also tempting me. So yeah, let me know, and I'll see you later.